Hello, cooking enthusiasts. This week's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more of a quick update on some fermentation and other projects I've got going on, but I still have some B-roll footage with the 360 camera. As I mentioned last week, I hope you guys are liking it. If you have any feedback around the footage, please let me know. This is footage of my dad helping me start a batch of century eggs, which isn't fermented, but is definitely in that category. If you don't know, a century egg is a Chinese, basically alkaline cured egg that sort of becomes gelatinous and kind of good. I enjoyed them when I tried them once. There's a very complex traditional method using specific types of ash and whatnot, but I'm using a modified modern technique using just a simple salt and sodium hydroxide solution. The procedure I found online recommended 72 grams of regular salt and 42 grams of sodium hydroxide, aka lye, for every 1 liter of water. You soak whole raw eggs in that for 10 days, and then you store them in an oxygen-free environment for about a month. Once this first batch is complete, I'm going to attempt making flavored century eggs by adding a flavor to this liquid, but it'll be a while before I have another update around that. The other very exciting update is that I'm finally back at making Koji. I finally got some new spores from gem cultures, and I'm making quite a few Koji projects. I just made a batch of standard glutinous rice Koji, and it went really well. I haven't changed too much in terms of my technique using the immersion circulator. If I wanted to be a little more precise, I would probably install some sort of way to monitor the humidity, but so far I'm happy monitoring that by eye. If you are interested in growing Koji yourself, I'll include a link in the video description for my tutorial using a circulator slash sous vide machine as an incubator. This batch of rice is getting turned into a few interesting projects. The first being a roasted squash vinegar. So I have roughly 800 grams of roasted kabocha squash combined with 400 grams of the koji rice and water. I've also added a tiny piece of my kombucha mother. So the koji enzymes are going to be breaking down starches into sugars, which will quickly get fermented into alcohol and eventually acetic acid by the microbes in the mother. I'm probably gonna leave it for about 2 months, and I'm hoping to get both a roasted squash vinegar and turn the solids into almost a sour miso, which could be interesting. The second main project for this Koji rice is a sour cream and onion potato chip miso, which is just something a bit fun. That's 100 grams of sour cream powder, 80 grams of fresh green onions, 400 grams of sour cream and onion potato chips, 500 grams of the Koji rice, and 5% salt. Again, that's probably going to be more of a short-term miso, but that should be interesting. The final bigger project is going to be attempting to make the bread-so from the Noma Guide to Fermentation. That involves fermenting pieces of bread with koji directly and then combining it with salt to age into a miso-like paste. Of course, I couldn't resist making a few changes of my own. First of all, my bread pieces are toasted and a small percentage is burnt because I want some of that bitterness in the final product. Also, the Noma procedure uses fresh spores, where I am using a little bit of leftover koji rice. In general, I'm not going to attempt to harvest my own spores because I've heard a lot of mixed things about that. However, I do feel comfortable growing multiple batches of koji if it's all kind of one continuous process. And that's pretty much it for current projects. In the near future, I should have some updates around dry aging and black garlic and similar processes. Also, very soon, I should be cracking open my miso from last year that is almost 9 months old. So I might do a tasting video at some point. If you have any questions about these projects or this kind of stuff in general, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you for watching.